Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of RiesKitchen. Today we're making a special treat, cherry cheesecake. We've got lots of ingredients in front of us, so let's get straight into it. First up, we have some arrowroot biscuits, in my case of course gluten-free. We have some dried ginger powder, some butter, cream cheese, icing sugar, some kirsch, creme fraiche, cream, tin cherries, so we've also got their juice and a little bit of arrowroot. So our first step is to make the base. So adding our biscuits and the ginger in and blitz to a fine crumb. So with our biscuit in a nice crumb and I've melted my butter, first up into your springform tin, which is the tins with the catch on the side, pop our biscuit crumb and then pour in our melted butter until all that dry biscuit is moistened. Now this next stage is a little bit fiddly and it's worth taking the time to get it right. And what you need to make it a bit simpler is a straight-sided glass. I'm just going to use the glass to help press that biscuit base that I have up the sides. Don't worry about the base until right at the end when we've got all of our sides right. I also don't want them to go above the tin. So once you're happy with the sides, that you've got them fairly evenly in height and in thickness, we're now just going to make sure that we've got no holes in the base. So once you're happy, this now goes in the fridge for at least half an hour to set before we pop our filling in. Now for our filling. So for this step, I'm actually going to be using the soft paddle on my food processor. If you don't have one of these soft paddles in your food processor, you can use your D-paddle in your stand mixer. But this makes it just so much easier. So into there, we add our cream cheese, icing sugar, half of the kirsch and our creme fraiche. And blitz. That looks good. Now the last step for this filling is to whip our cream, and we want it really quite stiff. That's looking pretty close. Let's have a look. So the last step of the filling is then to fold these two ingredients together. So when we fold, it's really important that we do that action and lifting, not stirring, because we want to keep all the lightness of the cream in the mix. Right, now to put the lot together. So just pouring our mix carefully into our shell. And then just with my palette knife, I'm going to smooth the top, making sure that the filling goes right up to the edge. So now into the fridge for a minimum of an hour, but it is best overnight. And then we'll put our topping on just before we're ready to serve. I've just got the rest of our kirsch, and I'm just going to jingle that over our cherries for a minute. Now, of course, in summer, I would be just using my fresh cherries. Don't forget to take the pips out. Otherwise, that would be most unpleasant biting into your cheesecake. It's not summer, so I've used some tin cherries. So I've got some liquid here that I then want to thicken a little bit with arrowroot. And what I want to do is put a little bit of our juice into the arrowroot, just to make a slurry. So putting the remainder of our juice into a small pot, and then on a fairly low heat, we add our slurry. Just want to bring that till it starts to thicken. All right, I can feel that coming nice and thick. So turn the gas off. So now to put it all together. And I'll be honest, this is always the scary bit. So with our dish sitting on our serving plate, gently open the side clip. Ho, 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 ho. Slowly but surely. Ta-da! Ta-da moments are always good. That looks pretty good. All right. So now we can tumble our cherries that have had the kirsch poured over them on top. And so the final step with these is just to put our cooled, thickened juice just a little bit. So for all the details from today's recipe, don't forget to check out my blog at the link below. But as always, the best bit is in the eating. Biscuits crisp, the filling is just luscious, and well, the cherries pop and say summer, don't they? So until next time everybody, ciao.